we're about to start, everyone, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, my lovelies. So I'm Lizzie from Love from Lizzie, and today we are live. I am beautiful. Just how we like to start. I'm still here. Right. Thank you for joining, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So today we're making 10 cards in 20 minutes. It's a little bit of a standing joke because I think I have a track record of a 25% success rate. So it would be nice to bump it up a little bit more. It would be 40% because this is going to be the fifth time I think I'm trying to do this. I failed on 3 and succeeded on 1. But when I have failed, I have then made really, really pretty cards. So I haven't felt bad about it. I'm going to run through the cards that we've already made with the Blush and Bloom. I do this at the beginning of all of the live videos, just so that if you are finding us for the first time, you can see what we've made so far. So our first live was using different stenciling techniques. And we ended up using one of the techniques and turning it into 2 cards, which are really pretty, but I use spun sugar and our lighting sort of bleaches out that pink. The next video we did was a 1-sheet wonder where we made these 4 cards. I think that one is my favourite of all of them. Then we made a fun fold, which was lots of fun. You're gonna have to bear with me a little bit today. I'm sorry, everyone, because this is a busy video. I have to be standing, and I'm not used to being standing whilst on camera anymore. This was our layout card video, and then on Tuesday we did stamping. So these are completely stamped. I mean, this whole card, apart from the die cutting, everything stamped and blended. So these are from Blush and Bloom. I have added extra cardstock to those, but largely I've pretty much stuck to the kit. Now today I'm actually going to show you what my kit looks like now. I have still got quite a lot of it spread out on the desk, but this is how I store it. I keep my specialty add-on cardstock, my add-on paper pad, and my peel-off bundles that go with the kit in the kit bag. My stencil, my die, the peel-offs, anything, and the ephemera. Once I have finished making with the kit, I will put the remaining ephemera back into the packet, and then it goes back into the kit. But for the month that I'm making with the kit, it stays in a pot on my desk so that I can see it, and as I walk past go, oh, I could do that or something. So the ephemera lives on my desk. And the papers, pattern papers, I'm actually just going to quickly run through with you and show you after all of those cards how much we still, I mean, there is a scrappy bit there, but it's very pretty. We are going to hammer the pattern papers quite hard today with the 10 cards that we're making. And I have done a little bit of prep work, not too much, but just enough so that I've got a fighting chance of Liam cooking dinner tonight. Because otherwise, and there's also all the embellishments still, so that goes over there too. But prep work that I have done, I'm going to put my hands up. I have made 8 card bases. So I will make 2 to show you how I do it. I also have had a good rummage through my stitch dies, and I have put these on some vellum, ready to go. They are, and they did take me a couple of minutes to get them all on there without overlapping one another or going off the edge. And what I've done is I have picked 10 of the either circles, arches, labels, or postage labels. And he's having a lovely time over there, isn't he? So this will go through on one pass, and then I'll have to do another pass with these 2. But I wanted to have 10 stitched vellum pieces. So that might be considered cheating, but I didn't actually cut them. So I'm working on the basis that that was allowed. I've got 10 ephemera pieces. Like I've watched a few 10 cards in 20-minute videos, and I mean the cards, they're exquisite, they're beautiful, but it does involve heavy prep. And when I say heavy prep, I mean cutting all the cardstock to size and having all the ribbons ready and having tied all your bows. I try not to do that. We're going to be doing our stamping real time, our die cutting real time. We're going to make 2 of the cards real time, and we're going to hopefully assemble it all. There is no chance I'm going to make this in 20 minutes, but I am going to try my level best. So if you can all wish me luck. Okay, let's go. You can start your timer, Mr. Misery. Right. Sheet of American letter cardstock, 8.5 by 11. Going to cut this at 5.5 width ways to make 2 card bases. I'm not going to take that trimmer too far away because I am going to cut all of my pattern paper. But what we are doing today, which is very unusual for me, is we are going to do a landscape card. I almost exclusively make portrait cards. Very rarely flip them to the side. But when I do flip them to the side, I don't want them to be cut long ways. So as you can see, I've just scored at 4.25. Fold them in half and give them a burnish. And I've repeated that with 5 sheets of cardstock. Okay, so now pattern papers. We're going to take 5 sheets of pattern paper, and the 5 that I'm going to take are these. These are the non-florally, as it were. I mean, this one is. But the waves, the brush strokes, and I've picked these because for the backing that we need them for, this is what works. And what I'm going to do is, because these are going to be portrait cards, we're going to cut them at 3 inches. So just making sure I'm happy with the orientation of them all, and I am. I'm going to bring my big trimmer. And I'm going to twist them on their side and cut them at 3. Now I'm going to try and do all of them at once, and I might regret this. We will see. Yes, I'm going to regret it. So we will do 3 and then we will do 2. Better to try and admit defeat than to mess all the papers up. There we go. That was a lovely cut. Didn't struggle with that at all. Okay, so 3 and 3. Now I need to take these down to 5.5. So I'm just going to take off 1/2 inch off the ends. Who knows where we're going? So 5.5. Chop, chop, chop. How is everybody? And is everyone excited for Thursday? As much as I'm still very much enjoying this kit, I cannot wait to share our brand new kit with you on Thursday. So excited. And we've got something new coming. Right, so we have chopped 5 sheets at 3 inches, and then we have trimmed off 1/2 inch from each of them. So, as you can see, lots of pretty papers in panels. So, I've got my card bases. We all know what's coming. Right, I'm just going to glue by going as close to the edge as possible, but not over. And I'm going to stick at the top of the tent the paper. So where the crease is, so that our top fold card looks like that. And I'm going to do that for all of them. How long have I been so far? You're not talking to me. Probably talking to everyone else. 4 minutes. Okay, no pressure. Get this all stuck down. The other thing that I could have done, which probably would have made my life easier, is a tape runner. Tape runners are actually quicker to use than wet glue, but one of the reasons that I like wet glue is that it gives you the option that if you stick it slightly crooked, it will still, it's a little bit more forgiving basically. Okay. I'm getting there. We're moving along. So, it's St. Patrick's Day today. We remembered as we took little Piglet to school and we saw all, oh my gosh, these children. Carson goes to a school that has elementary and middle school blended. So it goes up to grade 8 or 9, I think. He's only in grade 6. But these tiny little jelly tots walking along with their little green pom-poms and the big rah-rah skirts and all the sparkle. And oh, it was so lovely. And I was like, oh yeah, he was supposed to wear something green. And as it turns out, Carson said, I know, Mum, but I don't have anything green. So I should probably go and get him something green just for the sake of it. Right. So I can appreciate this probably is not the most interesting to watch, but hopefully it gives you an idea. Because another thing about this kind of card making is if you need to make a ton, like if you need to make holiday cards, Christmas cards, or thank you cards after you've had a big party or invitations, creating a template like this, although you don't need to be panting as you do it like I am, that's only because Liam makes me, he's mean. You can set yourself up and like factory line it, which is what I'm doing, all the gluing together, all the cutting together, and get everything stamped together. Okay, last one. So we have now got 10 card bases with decoration. May not have been my finest gluing, I'm not going to lie. Could have perhaps been a little bit more liberal on the back to make sure it all sticks. But there we go, 10 card bases, all glued. Now, we are going to do some stamping and we're going to have With Love and Flowers under the border. And because we are doing repeat stamping, it makes absolute sense to line it up correctly with 1 in the MISTI, and then we can just flick out the card front. So, With Love and Flowers, I'm going to pop that there. That is nice and straight on the card. So then close the card, open it up. I'm not worried that the card base stuck. And now all I'm going to do is try and make sure I'm in screen. I'm using Distress Oxide in Pine Needles because I thought, I'll get the cat hair out of it. Cats aren't allowed in here, and yet every time I come in, they've snuck in. Okay. With Love and Flowers. 1. And now switch in, ink up. This is the joy of a MISTI. When you're factory lining, you can repeat stamp so many times and it works so nicely. So, With Love and Flowers. We could have also done this with a block. There's nothing stopping. It's just the nice thing about this is, particularly when I'm in a rush, I know that these are going to be straight. The stamping is going to be in the right spot for the patterned paper, and it means I don't need to be concerned about getting, and if I do miss stamp or if I don't ink up properly, I can jump back in there and stamp again. But these are all coming out really nicely. I have used this stamp a few times now this month. But let's talk about release. As much as I really enjoy this one, I think we should maybe sneak something today. After I've made all of my cards in 20 minutes, of course. I think Liam's going to be very confused. Oh, I've got ink on there. And because I'm using a card front, I don't want any smudging. That would be tragic at this point, wouldn't it? Nearly there. 3 left. How am I doing on time? $10 minutes, so I'm halfway through. Okay. Right. Okay, one more. With love and flowers. Okay, I'm going to clean that later because I'm on the clock. Right, let's send the dies through. Now, we have got ephemera pieces. Ooh. And let's eat out all the dies. Eke out, not eat. The nerves are getting to me. Right, that bit goes in the bin. There you go, over there. And then we're going to send through the other set. There we go. 1, 2, right. So these are stitched rectangles, circles. Oh no, no rectangles. Circles, arch, stamps, but they're all my favourites. Okay. I mean, I think, to be honest, I should be given time back for the die cutting. I think it's only fair. Right. Okay, so I now have 10 die cut pieces of vellum. And I have 10 of our ephemera pieces. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to grab some foamies. And we're going to start making them big. Oh, what have I done here? Oh, well, that one's getting used. Now, it is an each to their own. I'm usually very over the top when it comes to foam. But because we're on the clock and it takes time, I'm just going to make it work. So I'm putting foam behind my ephemera piece, and then I'm going to put foam behind the foam. And I'm going to do that for all of them. So, nearly, that hammock nearly defied gravity. Okay, 1. And then I'm going to do the next one. And rinse and repeat. I really like vellum. This particular collection with the pink and the green is really, really pretty. And the papers sing so loudly all by themselves that just adding a little touch of vellum softens it. I'll show you them all when I've got time. Right now, I am on a mission to get this done. So let's pop an extra one up here. We don't want it to fall down. I am asking at this point for everybody to please like the video. It does make a difference and I'm terrible at asking. I find it very awkward, so if I ask whilst I'm busy, it won't feel quite so much. Okay. The other thing that you can do instead of foam squares if you're in a hurry when you're making is silicone glue, because it's a 3D glue. Something you'll also notice actually, which I probably should have drawn your attention to, is I am not taking any time pretty much working out which piece of ephemera with which piece of pattern paper, because everything works together. It all coordinates really nicely. And yeah, same with the vellum. All of these vellum shapes, they're neutral enough that they just sit, and I think they are very, very pretty. Now, because I was actually pretty confident that I was going to run out of time, I have got extras on my desk because there's things that I would like to do to these cards that I know won't fit in this time. So let me get these on. I think we're doing very well. How much time have I got? 3 minutes. We might just make 3 minutes. We might not, but we're trying. I'm not giving up yet. So, oh, that one can go there. Let's see. 1, 2, I'm putting 3 behind. Usually I would fully cover the backs, but not today. Okay. We're going to put the house on the arch, and then I'm just going to trim the bottom off this arch. It means I'm going to lose the stitching, but it does mean that I am going to fit better onto the card. So there we go. Slight little bit of die surgery there. That just means that that will sit really nicely there. So 3 foamies. 1, 2, 3. We're almost actually at that point where I could really do with the foam tape dispensers. Are you going to be telling me that I've run out of time now? No? Maybe he wants to cook dinner. Who knows? Oh, gosh. Eek. Right. I've used the big ones. Oh, 90 seconds. Okay, so to be honest, I feel like I haven't done bad. I definitely didn't do it. Should we see how far I go over by? I would consider these all done when there is a card base. some paper, some stamping, and a piece of ephemera. I feel like that is a very reasonable. Have I got this wrong? Did I drop a piece of vellum? Okay, deal with that in a moment. Actually going to glue these ones flush. You can put glue everywhere, it doesn't have to be directly behind the foam. Just make sure that if you're gluing separate, you don't put any glue behind any of the cutouts because they will show through. Now, I am somewhat confused. I thought I did the right amount of vellum. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That will be why. Okay. So, I mean, we could go without vellum. It's not going to be the end of the world, but we've gone beyond our time now. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop flapping. I'm actually going to enjoy the process. So, which piece have I now got? I now have this really pretty greenhouse. Let's take this one. Let's take this one and pop it through. So, how far off was I, dear? We're at 21 minutes now. Okay, so it did have the possibility. It did have the possibility of managing, but we didn't. So, just popping this through. Okay. I think I actually prefer it upright. Pop that way. Get some glue. Right. Okay, so whole lot of sticky backs gone later. Right, let's clear that away. So we did make, in theory, in 21 minutes, cards which have all been stamped and they've all got a bit of body. So there are 10 cards there. But what I had intended to do, because I did believe that I would go over anyway, was these are our pink clear Erie glitter straight peel-offs. Let's try and stack these up a little bit, shall we? All of these foam squares have made this a very voluminous. Right, now if I wasn't on the clock, I would have done this beforehand, but I knew that I definitely wouldn't have time to add my pretty peel-offs. So I thought I would show this afterwards. Just running that straight peel-off along the edge there. I will keep this because they're handy. But even that simple extra line along the pattern paper helps tidy that edge, make it look that little bit more finished. So I think, are we saying today was a success or was it a fail? He's probably going to say fail because, yeah, it's the science of it. It was a no, so it's a no. But I would feel like I was very close today. I think it was a stellar effort at trying. And yes, I'm now just going to pop some of these peel-offs just to make it look pretty and sparkly. There will be some, let me see if I can find one. This one, for example. It's going to be really hard for me to go behind there now. And this is why we keep the tiny little bits of peel off, because you can poke that in so that you can't see it anymore and then snip. No bit of peel off is a waste. So let me see, is there another one that we can show that on? Yeah, this one as well. There is a foam on the close-up camera. I'm not sure if it'll work, but we'll try. So there is a foam square, that one there sticks on the card base. So I can't just sort of tuck underneath. So if I come in from this side, make sure it's in the right spot, then give it a squeeze, pinch it down, and then snip. And then I can just use a longer one, come in from the other side, and no one will know. And I'll do that for this one as well, because, yep. And then all the others, I'm going to be fine to just pull a strip off and guide it underneath. This is a very messy way of crafting that. When you're making 10, there's a lot on the desk. Let's try and make some space and do them one at a time. Okay, that one has got a stripe, but that's got a partial stripe. So let's do the partials. Let's get those done. So I've put the tiny bit on this end. Now I'm going to just encourage that vellum up ever so slightly. Stick it down and then cut. I would suggest don't ever try and cut these before you've stuck them, because then you're restricted with how long. And then when you're coming in from the side, make sure you go well behind the vellum, because you can still see that little pink hint through the vellum there. So, yep. Trim off that little tail there. Oh. And we'll keep hold of this piece. Now, may as well use it because it's in my hand. And this is a really good way of saving peel offs. If you don't want to run the whole length, just do the bit that you can see. Nobody will know. Nobody will know that you've not put. Now you see this one I think is a little bit close to the line. I am going to put a whole peel off there because the vellum and the edge of the ephemera piece is quite close to the bottom. This one, however, no. This one, I'm going to stick that in there. Trim the tail. And at this point, I do think we're reasonable at throwing that bit in the bin. So, if I can get it off of my finger, let's do these other edges. So, as I say, for a 10 cards in 20 minutes, I think we did okay today. It's a very simple design, and obviously if you have all your card bases made first, that makes sense. I also could have made my life a little bit easier if I'd have trimmed all my patterned papers to 5.5 inches first. So yeah, there's things I could have done that would have made my life much easier. Let's get this one done. Right, so I'm just going to show you again. I've obviously got this stuck. In the ideal world, I would not have stuck the topper on. I would have put the pattern paper and then the peel off, but this is how I do it. I'm going to encourage the side up so that I can get the peel off underneath. And as you can see, I can sort of scooch it around. I'm going to stick that down where it goes on that end, and then this end is just going to want to follow, she says. Follow nicely. There we go. And then stick that down and trim both ends. This one, is that long enough? Oh, you know what? It just might be. Let's see. We'll use the rounded end on the inside. If we stick the outer edge first, then it can just fall, and we will lift There we go. Zero waste on this one. Okay, 2 more to go. That one needs definitely to have all the way across. So, I've mentioned this before, but as a gift set, this is ideal. If you don't know what to give someone for their birthday, a note card set of 10 cards that all match and that say something super generic like "with love and flowers." That's ideal, because happy birthdays are brilliant, but this means that they can send a card to someone for no reason whatsoever, which is a really nice thing to do. I should make more of an effort to send cards myself. I love making them, but I am not the best at getting them sent out on time. Okay, and one little tiny tuck under there. Okay, so now this, I would say, is 10 cards that look finished. They look nice, they've got a bit of sparkle, but however, we have a little bag of shiny things here. So we have got these lovely little bits of bling. We have got the mirror tiles, we have got gems, we've got our wooden pieces and our bows. We've also got the brand new matte silver mini circles. So I can't sit down now because of where the camera is. But this is the bit that I would sit down for to enjoy. But I'm going to jazz them just a little bit. Yeah? Okay, apparently we can change the camera. So we're going to, because this is the fun bit that I want to make the most of. The standing bit makes sense when I'm rushing, but when I'm actually going to sit and enjoy myself, you will have to take, I'm afraid you have to bear with me for a moment whilst Liam or I could just be a little midget down here. We're going to have to just recenter the cameras. Okay, right. Lovely, thank you very much, dear. And now here I am sitting again, so I'm in my happy place now. So, right, I can actually look up at the comments. Thank you, everyone. We're now going to do what I consider to be my favourite bit. There is lots of lovely things, lots of lovely ways that you can decorate a card, but the making of something, the assembly of the card is lovely. It's good fun. It's nice to be creative, but it's a little bit like, I love decorating cupcakes. The actual baking of the cupcake, yeah, fine, but let me show you. Sorry, so these are our brand new mini circle in silver. Now they're the matte silver. The matte silver is because they don't have additional shine around the edges. They come in 3 different sizes. And I have just started by popping a few on here. They don't add extra shine, they just add extra colour. I think that makes sense. Let's just grab a little knife. And then we're going to pop just a few of these around. And these, they keep it quite neutral and muted, which sometimes is really nice. And they also work really well on a masculine card because it's not the shiny and over the top. But speaking of the masculine, we have got our new class, which is for the 3rd of May, I believe. I'm looking at him and he's ignoring me. 3rd of May, right, so I've popped a little bit of extra on this one now with the little mini circles. I'm going to call that card Decorated. Now, This one, I think we are going... We're gonna add something. Yeah, we're going to make hay out of all of these pretty things. So this is quite a large ephemera piece, so I don't want to take from it. So I might just use a few little gems here. I mean, you can obviously use multiples of gems, wooden pieces on one card. Like you go to town. But I'm quite a fan of just the odd little hint of something extra. The rule of 3 is important, or at least odd numbers. I think I need a few more than 3 though. I think we might be going to 5 on this particular, because it is so very pretty. Let's go there. And then here. Okay. So, with our little sparkly gems. So, card number 2 complete. Card number 3. Now, I want to mirror this arch somehow. I think that will be really pretty. In fact, I'm going to use the tiny little gems. I think that's going to work really nicely. And the way that I will go about doing this is I will start at the top in the middle and put one down. And then I will go one either side at the same height. So, like here. And then I'll put one in the middle on each side. And then I will put one in the middle of the middles. I'm leaving sort of the same sort of gap between the gem and the outer edge. But these tiny gems, I think, are ideal for adding something but not taking from your design. But as you can see now, just by adding that little row, I've done no pencil marks or anything over the top. In fact, I'll pull you on the close-up. There is no pencil marks or anything to worry about. And all I did was one at the top, one either side, then in the middle of those ones, and then in the middle of the others as well. And now that one's done. This one, this is so pretty. I really want to use a rose. I think it's going to go underneath. I think the rose will look really nice there. And the way to attach this, I'm going to use glue dots, because when it's a material to a paper, this is my preferred method. So I have them on the roller. I will stick it on the back. That's now got a glue dot. And then I'm just going to stick that, not directly under, sort of in the middle of that space down there. I could also pop another one at the top, but I think just one at the bottom just makes that a little bit different, a little bit special. There, there's that one. Now, we have this water fountain. Now, because it's water fountain, I actually want to use some of our little sparkles. Now, I'm having a question about how to use the wood veneer. Wow, let's do that. Let's use them. I will find one. Oh, pinging these everywhere now. So for these, I am just going to, as if they are water droplets, add a few little drop of glue. Oh, nearly. And then pop these little, the diamond, they're little diamonds, but we're pretending for the purposes that they are sparkly bits of water. There has to be a little bit of pretend work when we're making, but embellishing what's there, I think, is one of the most fun things to do. Because as much as I really enjoy putting gems in a spray across the card, being able to make what has been provided look decorated, I think is really pretty. So all we've done on this one, on the close-up, is we've just made that water more sparkly. So no extra decoration anywhere else, we're just accentuating that fountain. Okay, next one. Really pretty. Oh, is it a bandstand? It's a bandstand, isn't it? So, how are we going to... I'm going to take the wood veneer, Love, and we're going to lay that in the middle. And I'm going to do this with sponge sugar, because it always shows up so well. But this is our close-up of the wooden veneer. So there is clearly, with this piece, a front and a back. With this one, you get to choose which way you prefer the swirls to sit. But the Love doesn't really work the other way. Now, there is lots of ways that you can use these, in my estimation. One of my favourites is to ink it. You can put pretty much any kind of ink on it. I really should have picked a darker colour, but I do like the sponge sugar. Perhaps I will have to move over. I am going to have to. You're not going to see that. Okay, so we're going to go to Kitsch Flamingo, because it is that... Oh gosh, I just knocked... So, I'm just pressing this into the pad, and it will, on the close-up, it's not thoroughly pressed yet, but you'll see it's starting to adopt the colour. So it doesn't have to stay wood coloured. If there is a colour theme to your card, and you don't want it to be that stark, that's now got a really lovely coating. So that's Kitsch Flamingo, these ones. Now I need to remember that that's all very wet whilst I'm touching it, because I will go to touch other cards. Now, gluing it down, that is dealer's choice. Multimedia matte's really good. Wet glue is the way that I would go. But let's pop that right over the bandstand there. Give it a nice press, and I'm just going to leave that to dry now. But on the close-up camera, you can see, and it's got that depth, which is lovely. And you can obviously go around the edge. You can use a little blending brush and get all of that wood colour pink to be like the top, or you can just leave it as is. You can put two different colours, top and bottom, on it to colour it, to make it act a little bit like chipboard. The benefit is that this has this lovely wood grain. So you are still gonna, I'm just gonna pop that over there. We'll keep going, don't you worry, my loves. We will, we're not going to stop. I think we're going to put this one here now. Versamark. I want it that way round. I'm going to press it into my ink pad. Now, if you don't want to press it into your ink pad, you can use a blending foam, or this is just the most direct way. Right, so now that is all super sticky. We are going to heat emboss with Silver Glitz. Have I got a piece of paper there, babe? Please. there under the iPad. No. Thank you. We had Little Pig's iPad in here the other day because we needed to get an app to help him brush his teeth. Yes, I never had such help when I was little. It was just relied upon that I would do a good job. But yeah, his iPad is too old for the app. So that sounds expensive. Right. Can you plug the heat tool in, please, dear? Okay, so now I have covered my wooden piece. You need tweezers because this does get hot. I would use reverse tweezers, but my kittens stole them and I just haven't found them since. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to let this heat for a minute. But as you can see, the silver glitz is gorgeous. Really, really sparkly. I'm not too worried about going from the reverse side because it's no, I don't think we can go close, dear, because otherwise I'm going to heat all of the embossing powder that's on my desk. Ooh, this is warm on my hand. Reverse tweezers that are at an angle are the one. Now, whilst that's still wet, drop it back in. This is called double embossing. And we will do the same again. Maybe tap off a little bit of the extra. We don't want to lose the design. Here we go. Thank you. And then we'll go back. And this way you get a really voluminous look with your heat embossing. And because it's wood, it can take it really well. There are some... Okay, right. Ooh. Now, that's on the floor now. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this on the close-up. It is now really sparkly, glittery, and it's almost 3D looking because we've re-dipped it. Now you can dip and dip and dip and dip as many times as you like, but that is a really cool thing to do with the wooden pieces. Let me just clear this up, otherwise I will have glitter. Oh my gosh, I have, it's all over me. I'm gonna be in trouble. Okay. It's okay, you can go and get, in case you were not aware, dryer sheets are amazing. Because, I mean, particularly where we live here, the static is, I've made a right mess out of this. The static is terrible. Oh my goodness. You can't see my mat, but I can. I have a baby wet. So, using we have Bounce, I think. Any brand will do, we're not affiliated. But yeah, they're really good because of the static that glitter leaves. Right. Okay, so we have now let that dry a little bit. Don't touch it when you first, because it will really burn. Really will burn. Ask me how I know. But embossing, you can also, if you want to have a really cool crackle effect, use Nouveau drops on them. Because what happens is they go on, really nicely, and then the moisture from the Nouveau drops gets absorbed into the wood, and so you get this really cool crackle. But now, with Love and Flowers, I think that looks really nice with a little sparkly peel off and the sparkly embellishment there. And now, how have we only got 3 left? We're having a lovely time. Right, okay. Okay. So, I'm going to do this one next. and I'm going to use the mirror pieces. I love using these, but you have to have enough space for it to fit. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to do similar as to what I did with the arch. I'm going to put them as if they are diamonds at the top and at the bottom. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on the sides. Okay. So you can do this with like a ruler or a protractor, I think is the right word. But I'm more of a kind of by eye kind of girl, where you find the middle. And I think that looks really pretty just like that, but I'm going to run out of cards soon, so I have to make the most of all of this decoration. Right, now these top two are going to be trickier because there's the candle shape, but I'm going to pretend as though the candle isn't even there, just so that the pattern continues as it should. One. The other thing that by poking them behind does, it takes away from them being sort of centre stage decorations. Does that make sense? Because if they're front and foremost, then they're equally vying for your attention when you're looking at the card. So if you pop it back just a little bit, I'm still keeping the point towards the outer edge. So I'm keeping it consistent, even though it means that they are not consistent. When you look, they're all at different angles. But I think that's so pretty. Such a lovely little shiny, because this ephemera piece is a little bit smaller than the others. But I think that's fun. I've only got two left. Oh, these ones. This has got roses trailing. So we're going to add some roses of our own. I used one of these roses on the other card and I wish I had more, because I like the look of three. And I don't really want to use one, but I think we're going to go with this. I think that looks nice. So I'm going to get another glue dot. Pop that in the back and put that on the corner of the arch. And because I have the glue dots on my desk. Now this card is quite 3D because it has 2 layers of foam tape behind it, and now it's got these lovely the ribbon and the plasticed roses. But for giving a card as a gift, you know, you're handing it to someone, I think that's really pretty. So there's that one. And now the last one, I'm actually really sad. I think we need to make another 10. What shall we do? Oh, I know what we should do. We should get out the pink Eerie mini glitter. So these are the iridescent mini hearts in the same as the straight peel off that we've used. This is one of my favourite things. I really, really enjoy having multiple peel off shapes in the same colour, so that we can decorate and have everything be very matchy-matchy. I do like a matchy-matchy. So I'm going to put one heart directly in the middle on the vellum behind the hammock. And then let's pop a few dinkier ones around. This, to me, is like when you're little and you get a new sticker book. I'm just sitting here playing with my stickers and I'm having a lovely time. And yeah, my little pig, when we were in England, he found this sticker book, and it was a little bit like, you know, those adult colouring books, but here we go. Sorry, let me just quickly show you. So these are the straights, and these are the mini hearts, 3 different sizes, same as the mini circles. And what they do on the card is, as you can see, you've got the straight that sparkles, and then you've got these mini hearts just hiding around, glittering away. Just a very subtle little extra. So I am calling these done, sadly, because I would quite happily craft with these all day. But we have got a release to prepare. Oh, speaking of release, I was too busy chatting. Over there, underneath the bag, can't give away too much here, can I? Does it pop it down, dear? We will, so what I'm going to do is, because it's what's on my desk, I'm going to show you the first 3 pages from our kit that's coming. Can't tell you what it's called, but I can show you these. How cool are they? I will get some sneak peeks up over on our Instagram, but let's have a look at what we've made now. I appreciate the actual bones of the cards did take about 10-20 minutes, but the decorating, the real fun part, I don't know if I'm even going to fit these all on. I might have to zoom the camera out. I probably will. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, eek. That one's got the rose. 6, dotty arch, 7, spray of dots, 8, mini circle peerless, 9, and then we have the ink love, 10. So they are our 10 cards today. I've had a lovely time. I actually think this has been my favourite 10 cards in 20 minutes. And I'm actually going to take this one as a win. You can put all the faces that you like over there. I think this is a win. 10 cards in an hour, but how long of that was decorating? And I had to chat beforehand. So yes, little mini circle peel-offs. Oh gosh, I need to sneeze. Can you turn my mic off, please? It's going to go away now I said that. It's gone away. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Mini circle peel-offs, mini heart peel-offs. They've all got the straight on. And then we have gem. Then we have ribbon rose and shiny rose. Then we have little sparkle sequins. And we have mirror tiles. And then we have our 2 wood veneer pieces. And this, sticking the wood just as is, I think is beautiful. I really do. But that's just 2 of the ways that you can colour them and make them look, I believe, very pretty. So now we have 10. I did add cardstock, obviously, for that. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, plus some panels to play with. So we've made 21 cards out of this kit. Because this is the final video of me making with this month, I am going to show you the leftovers that I have in my kit very quickly. Hear him huffing. He thought he was going to be able to go and get a cup of coffee. That will teach him. So 21 cards. And we still have a piece of that really pretty ribbon, our sparkles. We still have, I would hazard a guess at perhaps 15 pieces of ephemera. We have, of course, our stamp set and the rest of our mini circle peel-offs because they came. We have the stencil, which is also a keepie. We have a piece of mesh that I didn't use. We still have lots of the mauve pin mirror. We have our die. I still have some of the yellow cardstock and some of the green cardstock because I didn't quite use all of that. That was also a spares bit. This was left over from the lilac. Oh, and that. You can see I don't throw anything away. And then we have of the embellishment bag. Just have to dig my way to it under all of the things. We still have the bags, which are lovely. We have some of this really pretty green twine. Well, it's more like a rope. It's like a shiny rope. Plenty of mirror tiles. We have 3 wooden pieces and a rose. I would say a good 2/3 of our gems. And we have of the patterned papers. We have got 1 partial sheet and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole sheets still. So whilst we've made 21 cards and we've added some extra cardstock, a bit of vellum here and there, and perhaps some additional peel-off sheets, we have also, of course, got all of these lovely little pieces. Now, I could, in the cards I've just made, marry that up somehow and pop it inside if I wanted to. But I think these are better served to make like a patchwork quilt with or something as a scraps card. But this is everything that I've got left from my kit. Now, stamps, dies, stencils, keep those forever. There's plenty of ephemera and pattern paper. The gems will last you for years, unless you use them for a shaker card, which would be lovely. But 21 cards, I'm going to lose them all now. I think 21 cards is a jolly good stab for a card kit. And I wonder how many we are going to be able to get to making next month. These are all the cards. And these have all been made live with yours truly. We've got lots of lovely inspiration from the design teams. And, I've had loads of fun with Blush and Bloom. I really hope you all have. Now, let me do a little update. We are going to have our tickets going live this week for my in-person class, which is going to be held here, well, I say here, nearby in Calgary. I will send a newsletter regarding that. We have release day on Thursday, which I have just given you a little sneaky peeky at some of the papers. I cannot wait for that. And we have also got a brand new product coming this month. So we'll see how that goes. It's very exciting. We have got that we are going to be in a booth at Carnival, which is also in Calgary, and we do have details on the front page of the website. You don't have to have crop space to attend, although I do believe there are still spots if you'd like to come and spend the weekend with us. I will be demonstrating all weekend, doing make and takes, chatting a lot, drinking coffee, answering questions, might even bring some cake. Looking forward to that. What else have we got coming up? Our Let's Make It Manly class, very excited about that. We're making 10 cards that are masculine and straightforward masculine so that you can transfer this across all of your own products. We've got our Flip Flap Folio class coming at the end of the month. That's the weekend after next. not this Saturday coming, the one after. Oh, so many lovely, wonderful things. But if you're still here, thank you ever so much. Please click like if you haven't done so already. It does help us, it helps the channel. It's YouTube has these mean little thing called algorithms, and if you hit like on the video, it does make a big difference for us. So thank you ever so much.